Sup y'all, we back. Please ignore my hair for this video. I spent all day with it tied up at work, so now it's all fucking wild and shit. In the last video I made about UFC 303, I didn't really get too much time to discuss other things I wanted to talk about. I kind of had to rush the video out. But now that I have more time to really delve into it, I really want to cover the main event. Poatan versus the Samurai, Pereira versus Procházka 2. I'm super hyped for this, man. Honestly, I'm a bit more hyped for this than I was for the original main event. UFC 303, somehow through all the bullshit and the fuckery, became a better event, which honestly tends to happen with the UFC. I gotta give them props for that. Probably the most aura for aura fight of the entire fucking UFC. Even when you learn more about these two, they just get cooler to you. Like, there's honestly nothing I have learned about Alex Pereira that has made me think any less of him. In fact, the more I see of him, the more I love him. And anytime I get a Yuri Procházka fact just on my timeline, it's always some wild fucking shit. Like, shout out to that time that he revealed that he stayed in a dark room, like a room with no light in it, for 3 days and 3 nights, no food or no water, just to confront demons. And usually when it comes to stoic, like, you know, cold, demeaning fighters, kind of like how Poatan was when he first entered the UFC and still is now, the more you learn about them and the more they show their personality, the kind of more it takes away from that. But for me, for Alex, it does the exact opposite. Being a comedic, funny, fun person to be around and just very jovial, to then as soon as he's in that cage, fucking stone. I'm seeing videos of him like chilling in his car, playing Volkanovski's walkout music and shit. And one of the biggest contributors to Alex Pereira showing off his personality is his YouTube channel. You can actually see him accepting the replacement fight of UFC 303 on there. He's just casually sitting in his fucking car. He gets the phone call and he's like, yeah, let's go, Shama.
Chama no Shama.
That shit is so fucking cool. And you gotta wonder, if he does beat Yuri Procházka a second time here, how does that affect him on the pound for pound ranking list? Last video I made talking about the pound for pound rankings, I said that I personally would have Pereira at #1 already. And I think a lot of people undersell him just because he has 2 losses on his record. The first one coming from, like, I'm pretty sure his pro debut in MMA, and the second one coming to Israel Adesanya. In my opinion, Alex Pereira is #1 bona fide pound for pound #1. Now, if he loses this fight, obviously that's gonna change. But if he wins this fight, do you think honestly he moves in your rankings at all? This is like his 5th fight in like less than, I want to say, 15 months maybe? Here's a crazy fucking stat. Conor McGregor's last fight was July 10th of 2021. Alex Pereira signed to the UFC September 3rd of 2021, and in that time he's become a 2-weight world champion, stepped in to save multiple cards on multiple occasions, and has only ever lost to one other dude who is widely considered to be one of the best middleweights to ever exist. And let's be real, he was winning that fight pretty comfortably before he got knocked out. And by the way, can we just highlight the difference between Yuri Procházka and Jamal Hill? I know I slag off Jamal Hill, you know, pretty regularly, but let's be real, he kind of does deserve it. That dude is his own worst enemy, I swear. Yuri, immediately after losing, actually was very respectful, immediately gave props, and, you know, if I could really just label Yuri Procházka in any way, he is a true martial artist. Same with Pereira, but really Yuri. And Jamal Hill, he's like a little fucking kid. Like, he's like a 12-year-old, you know what I mean? Talked all that shit going into the fight. He was talking crazy shit during the walkout as well. Y'all remember when, you know, Poatan shoots the arrow and he just snaps it over his knee, only to get knocked out in the first round. He wants to complain about being injured and all these other things, and Herb Dean messed up his flow and this and that and this and that. Take the loss like a man. Like, losing to Alex Pereira, especially to the left hook, is not something to be ashamed of. At fucking all. And I still am laughing at the fact that after all of this bitching and moaning as of recent, he ends up pulling out of his fight, and Pereira ends up headlining the card that he was supposed to fight on for the strap that he just beat him for. Fucking hilarious, that. But going back to Conor McGregor actually himself did officially release a statement on Twitter regarding him pulling out of the fight, and I have it right here. Very tough to be ruled out of my scheduled return bout. I picked up an injury prior to the press conference that required more time to heal than was available to me. Which honestly, when the press conference was canceled, a lot of people thought it was that. The decision to postpone the fight was not made lightly, but one made in consultation with my doctors, the UFC, and my team. My fans and opponent deserve me at my best for this fight, and we will get there. Thank you for the messages of support. I am in good spirits and confident I will be back. Clover emoji. He put a 4-leaf clover in the shit. And then Michael Chandler actually responded under the post, "No hard feelings, heal up, my heart is full, see you soon." People are telling Michael Chandler that he should just let it go. At this point, do you? Do you really let it go? Like, if I'm Michael Chandler at this point and I've spent this much inactivity and, like, you know, I've committed this long of my life to this fight already. I don't mind waiting a couple months, dude. I really don't. But yeah, so much for that unbreakable titanium shinbone. Anyways, if you're excited for UFC 303, let me know in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the main event change and what do you think is going to happen in the next coming weeks. Do you think Pereira is going to win a second time, or do you think Yuri's going to pull it out of the ass with that insane chin that he has? Granted, Pereira cracked it last time. But who fucking knows? These two are wild men. These two are wild motherfuckers to watch fight, and that's why their first fight was so awesome. I'm excited to see it happen. Leave a like on this video and subscribe for more fight talk in the future. Later, y'all.
Secrets in my heart is what I gave to you. In return, you see nothing but a lame excuse. And it's wow, I did everything just to see you smile. I've been thinking about you for a while. Responding to your pics and your vids. Now I see you just do it for the gram. And you talking on your man.